Everywhere you look, you're told to get motivated. Scroll through social media and you'll see endless speeches, quotes, and clips of people shouting about success. At first, it feels powerful. You feel unstoppable, like nothing can hold you back. But here's the uncomfortable truth: motivation alone is a trap. It feels like progress, but without action, it leads nowhere. Think about it. How many times have you finished watching a motivational video, pumped up and ready to change your life, only to slip back into the same habits a few hours later? That's because motivation is temporary. It spikes your emotions, but it doesn't rewire your routines. It's like sugar, a quick rush followed by the same crash, leaving you craving more. And the people creating these videos? They know this. They design them to be addictive. They use powerful background music, slow-motion athletes, luxury cars, and dramatic speeches. You feel like you've accomplished something just by watching. But here's the problem: you haven't. You've consumed energy, not created it. You've felt inspired, but you haven't acted. That's the trap. Let me tell you a quick story. A college student once told me he spent 3 hours a day listening to motivational speeches. He filled notebooks with quotes, repeated affirmations, and convinced himself he was preparing for success. But at the end of the semester, his grades hadn't improved, his habits hadn't changed, and his goals remained only dreams. Why? Because he confused listening with doing. He believed motivation was the fuel, but he never turned the key to start the engine. That's what too many of us fall into. We get hooked on the feeling of motivation instead of building the discipline of action. It's easier to watch another video than it is to go for a run, apply for the job, or start the project. Motivation becomes an escape, a way to feel productive without facing the discomfort of real effort. But here's the truth: motivation is just the spark. Action is the fire. Without action, that spark dies every single time. The reason motivation feels like progress even when nothing changes has to do with how your brain works. When you watch a motivational video, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that lights up when you eat junk food or win a game. That dopamine rush gives you a temporary high, a sense of reward, as if you've already accomplished something. But here's the trick: you haven't. The brain confuses inspiration for action, and that's why motivation can become addictive. This is also why millions of people can watch the same motivational speakers over and over again, without ever changing their lives. They're not chasing success. They're chasing the emotional hit. It's entertainment dressed up as productivity, and the content creators know this. They don't need you to succeed. They just need you to keep watching. The more you watch, the more ads you see, the more they profit. Your lack of progress is part of their business model. Now, I'm not saying motivation is useless. In fact, motivation can be the first spark that pushes you to get started. But if you rely on it as your only tool, you'll always be stuck in the cycle. Think of it like starting a fire. The spark is necessary, but without wood, without fuel, the fire burns out instantly. Motivation is the spark. Discipline, habits, and consistent effort are the fuel. Without them, nothing lasts. Here's another quick story. A young man wanted to get in shape. He watched gym motivation videos every night before bed. He bought workout clothes, downloaded fitness apps, and even told his friends he was serious about change. But weeks passed and he still hadn't stepped inside the gym. Why? Because he was addicted to the idea of working out, not the act itself. The videos gave him the illusion of progress, but his body didn't change because he never put in the physical effort. This is where the trap tightens. You start to blame yourself. You think, maybe I just need more motivation. So you watch even more videos, read even more quotes, fill even more notebooks. But the truth is, you don't need more motivation. You need more action. Success isn't about how inspired you feel. It's about what you do when you don't feel inspired at all. That's the part no motivational video will ever tell you. Because if they did, you wouldn't come back tomorrow looking for the next hit. So how do you break free from the motivation trap? It starts with a shift in mindset. Instead of asking, how do I stay motivated? Ask, what can I do today even if I don't feel motivated? Because here's the truth. Real success doesn't come from being inspired all the time. It comes from doing the work, especially when you don't feel like it. Practical step 1, shrink the task. If you want to write a book, don't wait until you feel motivated to sit down for 3 hours. Start by writing for 10 minutes. If you want to get fit, don't wait for the perfect playlist and perfect mood. Put on your shoes and walk for 15 minutes. Action, even the smallest action, creates momentum, and momentum is far more powerful than motivation. Practical step 2, build systems, not hype. Motivation is an emotion and emotions change. Systems are routines that carry you forward no matter how you feel. If you set a fixed time every day to work on your goal, eventually it becomes automatic. You don't ask yourself, do I feel motivated today? You just do it. That's how athletes train. That's how entrepreneurs build businesses. That's how anyone achieves long-term success. Practical step 3. Measure progress, not feelings. Motivational videos trick you into thinking you're moving forward because you feel inspired, but real progress is visible. Track your workouts, your savings, your habits, your skills. Watch the numbers, not your emotions. Numbers don't lie, and here's the final truth. Motivation is not the enemy. It can be a great starting point, but it was never meant to be the whole journey. Use motivation to light the fire, but feed it with discipline, habits, and relentless action. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many quotes you memorize, how many speeches you replay, or how hyped you feel. What matters is what you do when the video ends. So the next time you find yourself watching yet another motivational clip, ask yourself one question. What action am I taking right now to back this up? If the answer is nothing, then you're not getting motivated. You're getting trapped. And here at Unhyped, we're here to help you escape that trap, cut through the noise, and remind you that dreams are built by doing, not just by watching.